Now, y'all already know what time it is. It is time for the mess. So let's get into it, you guys. And what's good, you guys? It's be your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new episode of Yes for the Mess, where we talk about celebrity gossip, hot topics, and all things reality TV based. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Thursday, and I intend on doing the exact same. What's going on, y'all? I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, all right, or have had a wonderful day, all right? Now, before we get into today's mess, let's talk about what we got coming up on the church announcements. Now, today is Thursday, which means on Sunday, I do my live reviews on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. It will come right after Speak on It. So make sure you guys tune in right after y'all leave from Candy. Y'all come over there to see me on, not on Speak on It. Maybe I'm speaking it to existence. I don't know. But y'all gonna come over here and see me on Scotty by Nature TV and see what I got to say about Sunday's episode. Then on Monday, the Whether You Like It or Not panel returns to where it all started, right here on Scotty by Nature TV with the Whether You Like It or Not panel. All right, you guys. So we'll be over here discussing Sunday's episode of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. And then on Wednesday, we'll be over on Giving You the Real Tea's platform as myself, Giving You the Real Tea, and Josiah will be coming together to discuss Tuesday's episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. So make sure you guys tune in to that. And with that being said, you guys, that's pretty much all that we got on the church announcements. So let's go ahead and really, really get into the mess for today. All right. So first things first, we're going to start off with Mr. Jonathan Majors, okay? Look at him over there with his black girlfriend, Megan Good. I'm about to call her Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Good, okay? Now, we already know what's been going on with Mr. Jonathan Majors. He's been dealing with a domestic violence trial. And at this point, they're saying that the trial is not being postponed until at least September. Now, let's get into what the article stated on the Guardian. That's what this article comes from, The Guardian, all right? Now it states, actor Jonathan Majors' domestic violence trial was postponed until at least September the 6th after New York City prosecutors asked on Thursday for more time to prepare. Jonathan Majors appeared in court for what was to have been the start of his trial on charges stemming from a March confrontation with the woman he says he twisted her arm back, struck her on the head, and pushed her into a vehicle. The woman was treated at a hospital for a minor neck and head injury, including a cut to her ear. Majors is charged with misdemeanors, including assault, and could be sentenced to as much as a year in jail if convicted. The judge set a new trial date of September the 6th after prosecutors from the Manhattan District Attorney's Office requested more time for discovery. We're looking forward to presenting the full acts and evidence at trial, said Doug Cohen, a spokesperson for the Manhattan District Attorney's Office. Majors walked out of the courtroom after the hearing, acknowledging some seated in the gallery. At one point, he bumped his hand to his heart to a woman seated at the door. Majors, who plays the villain Kang, the Conqueror in the Marvel films, has denied the accusations. All righty then. All righty. I think that's about it. So yes, you guys, that's basically it with that. So Jonathan ain't going to no trial. He ain't finna go on to trial until probably next month sometime. That's when he going on trial. I don't know how this case is going to pan out for him. But what we do know is that he denies these claims. And from what we see, Megan Good don't give a damn about these claims that these folks is making about her man. She out here happily with her man. She's happily out here with her man. That's all I got on that. I'm just like, well, damn, Megan, she don't care about what people got going on, what people got to say. She don't care about these charges against him. She's, Monica, you should have known bettering him right now. That's what she's doing. So, yes, his trial gonna be next month. And we're going to see what's going to come out with this trial. I want to know all the facts. I want to know exactly what happened. I want to know, did he really put hands on this lady? Did he really, abuse this lady? I want to know. I really want to know. And I will hope that he's not denying these allegations only to come out and it look like and he really did it. You feel what I'm saying? I don't want him to do that. Like if you really was putting hands on folks, you need to tell the goddamn truth. And to let that truth set your ass the free. Okay, that's all I'm saying. So that's why I'm not saying I don't think he did it or I believe he did. I don't know. I don't know. I don't put nothing past nobody. Okay. But that's all we got on Jonathan Majors. But just know that his trial has been pushed back. Okay. Now, next up is Miss Lizzo. Now, being that StreamYard has been giving me problems, I've kind of been slow with doing the video. So I'm kind of behind on this story. But let's get into it. So Lizzo is accused of sexual harassment by her former employees. Now, I'm going to go back a little bit to the story where I began and go all the way up until she has now responded to the allegations. And there's more things that have come up with this story. All right. So it says 3 of Lizzo's former dancers have filed a lawsuit against her. Her production company, Big Girl, Big Touring, and dance captain Charlene. The dancers Ariana Davis, Crystal Williams, and Noel Rodriguez allege sexual, religious, and racial harassment, disability discrimination, assault, and false imprisonment, according to a press release. Following the announcement of the lawsuit on August the 1st, some of Lizzo's former collaborators have shared support for the accusers as well as their own experiences. Okay, so the dancers claim that while on tour with Lizzo, Lizzo invited them to a new performance club in Amsterdam and went out of fear of losing their jobs. While there, the lawsuit claimed that Lizzo had been leading a chant to get Davis to touch on one of the performers' breast. Miss Davis said 3 times loud enough for all to hear, "I'm good," expressing her desires not to touch the performer, the lawsuit stated. Davis eventually did it, fearing that it may harm her future on the team. Later that night, they alleged that Lizzo badgered a member of her security team to get on the stage, where she pulled down his pants and hit him with whips. The next week, the plaintiff said that Lizzo took her dance team out without telling them they were going to a nude cabaret bar in Paris. The lawsuit also alleges that the mistreatment from BGBT towards the dancers. BGBT's management team consisted of entirely white Europeans who often accused the black members of the dance team of being lazy, unprofessional, and having bad attitudes. Additionally, what was it? Davis describes being fat shamed by Lizzo and choreographer Tanisha Scott. Lizzo and Miss Scott pressed Miss Davis for an explanation as to why she seemed less bubbly and vivacious than she did prior to the tour starting. In the professional dance, a dancer's weight gain is often seen as the dancer getting lazy or worse off as a performer. Lizzo and Miss Scott's questions about Miss Davis's commitment to the tour were thinly veiled concerns about Miss Davis's weight gain, which Lizzo had previously called attention after noticing it at the South by Southwest Music Festival. Davis was later fired for taping a meeting. Now, Davis and Williams first met as participants on Watch Out for the Big Girls, Lizzo's reality competition show, where she found dancers for her team. While on the show, she was a dance captain and a judge, and the lawsuit alleges often violating her Christian beliefs. Miss Quigley discovered that Miss Davis was a virgin, and Miss Davis's virginity became a topic of extreme importance to Miss Quigley. In the months to follow, Miss Quigley would routinely bring up Miss Davis's virginity in conversations with Miss Davis. Miss Quigley even mentioned Miss Davis's virginity in interviews that she participated in and later posted to social media, broadcasting an intensely personal detail about Miss Davis to the world. After Davis and Williams made the team, which Rodriguez was also on, Quigley allegedly continued to violate and singled out Rodriguez as a non-believer. Williams was also fired due to budget cuts, leading Rodriguez to resign. Lizzo aggressively approached Miss Rodriguez and cracking her knuckles, balling her fists, and exclaiming, "You're lucky, you're so effing lucky," the lawsuit alleges. Neither security nor management did anything to de-escalate the situation. As Lizzo left the room, she raised both of her middle fingers up and yelled, "Bitch." Okay? Now, here's some other things where a filmmaker says that she declined to work on Lizzo's documentary because the singer disrespected her. Now, this is all on the Neighborhood Talk. So we're about to go ahead and get into that. So let me get this on. Okay. So here we go. Now, the filmmaker stated, I usually don't comment on anything pop culture related, but in 2019, I traveled a bit with Lizzo to be the director of her documentary. I walked away after about 2 weeks. I was treated with such disrespect by her. I witnessed how arrogant, self centered, and unkind she really is. I was not protected and was thrown into a shitty situation with little support. My spirit said to run as fast as you effing can, and I'm so grateful that I trusted my gut. I felt gaslit and deeply hurt, but I've healed. Okay, reading these reports made me realize how dangerous of a situation it was. This kind of abuse of power happens far too often, but much love to the dancers. Okay, let's see. And that's the original story right there, where Lizzo was sued by former dancers for allegedly fat shaming, sexual harassment, claimed that Lizzo had a hostile work environment that included being put in uncomfortable sexual situations and on the spot auditions. Okay, so there's more to this. So let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, there's other things that was being stated in regards to this case against Lizzo. Okay, so let's go up on the neighborhood talk because there's more to this. There's more. Okay, so here we go. So there's an interview where it shows that Lizzo talked about a banana sex show years before former dancers mentioned it in a recent lawsuit. I need my potassium. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into this. Let's listen in.
I got some rest finally, or kind of. You know, it's Amsterdam, so we party.
Well, I saw what you did yesterday because I follow you on Instagram, and I saw on the Insta stories you were on the red light district.
Yeah, we were.
You were to the Casa Rosso.
Oh my God, how do you know
So
that?
because I lived for 4 years on the red light district, in the middle of the red light district, so I recognize a lot of places, and I saw that you saw a live sex show. Please tell me everything about the sex show.
It was people fucking, man. It was crazy. They were just doing it, but you know what? It was beautiful.
Yeah.
I went to the one show where it was like a couple, and they were like passionately making love.
It was really passionate.
It was really. They kissed. They kissed after. I'm not gonna say what she did, but I'm trying to go to the show where you eat the banana out the pussy. Which one is that?
This is the banana bar.
Well, that's the banana bar.
Yeah, you
and
were
they
at
have
the
the
banana
banana
bar.
in the coochie
and ping pong balls.
and you have to go. I got some rest finally, or kind of.
So that was basically a radio interview that she did, and then there it is where it says Lizzo forced dancers to eat bananas from sex workers' vaginas during an Amsterdam trip. There we go, more receipts coming out about this story. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into more because there were more things that was also posted on the neighborhood talk. You guys, where we at? Okay, here's a video from Lizzo's dance captain who isn't phased by the recent lawsuit against her. So let's get into it. Y'all.
Hey everybody, I just want to get on here really quick and say God is so good. God loves you so much. No matter what you're going through, even if you don't love him, he loves you. Glory to God. I just want to remind you that he is love, he is truth, he is the light, he is the first and the last. And all things work together for those that are called according to his purpose. And I just feel so blessed. I feel so thankful. I feel so full of joy. I had such an amazing time on tour with amazing people. And I'm so excited to be home, resting with my family and my dog after an amazing experience. And yeah, I just wanted to tell everyone that God loves you and I love you and glory to God. And I hope you're smiling and you feel joy no matter where you're at or what you're going through. Because, hey, everybody, I just want to get on here really quick and say God is.
Okay, so the dance captain. And here we go. The suit filed in LA Superior Court provided to NBC News by the plaintiff's law firm also accuses the captain of Lizzo's dance team, for doing stuff to the other performers, deriding those who had premarital sex and while sharing lewd sexual fantasies, stimulating or sex, and publicly discussing the virginity of one of the plaintiffs. The suit does not say if Lizzo knew about the allegations linked to the dance captain, Shirlene Quigley, but the plaintiffs believe that the singer was aware of their complaints about her, according to their lawyer. Okay, so there's more to this that was actually put out there. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. Okay. So here are the dancers, and they was on TMZ, where they claim that they were ostracized, being that they wasn't fun as the others. Let's go ahead and get into it, y'all.
So many instances where dancers who did have fun with her and go along with like what she was doing and be down for anything, that they were favored, they were hired for more shows, they were invited on like private jets and to do cool things, and could hang out with her in like tropical settings like Hawaii and stuff like that. Some of our coworkers, it's just like there was no line between professionalism and personal. And so we had in our minds that if we weren't, down for anything, that we would then be ostracized later. It was this unspoken thing in the camp that if you weren't super fun, like if you like skipped out on all of the like outings and all that stuff, that you wouldn't be seen in good favor from Lizzo, and that you would then not be considered like. So many instances where dancers who did be seen in good favor from Lizzo, and that you would then not be considered like one of the people that is like cool and down for anything, and then therefore not be booked for as many jobs. Be seen in good favor from Lizzo, and that you would then not be considered like one of the people that is like cool and down for anything, and then therefore not be booked for as many jobs. Be seen in good favor from Lizzo, and that you would then not be considered like one of the people that is like cool and down for anything, and then.
Okay, so that was the dancers sitting there basically saying that they would not get booked for jobs if they weren't like into some of the same things that Lizzo was doing, or they wasn't with some of the things that Lizzo was doing. So they'll be pretty much cut to the side or whatever. Now, another video from TMZ from the dancers is that where the dancer claimed that Lizzo told her that dancers get fired for gaining weight after she gained pounds from an eating disorder. So let's get into that next.
What goes into my termination is that I had felt for a really long time that they were questioning my abilities due to weight gain. It was never explicitly said, hey, you're gaining weight, your job is in jeopardy. It was never that. It was very nuanced. It was very under the rug. And I think that language was used to keep from being canceled. Previously, she had said, she was worried about me at South by Southwest. And when I was at South by Southwest, that was the first time I had showed up to a Lizzo event or gig, noticeably having gained weight. There was nothing different about me. My performance skills were the same. My demeanor was the same. My energy was the same. The only thing that was different about me was my weight. And in this meeting, she stated as well that, dancers get fired for gaining weight. And then she kind of paused and looked at me. And what goes into my termination is that I still don't know if she really meant to single me out in that moment. But when she looked at me and she said that, I was kind of like, so she's really concerned about my weight. And then, when we had that private meeting, when I was kind of cornered, they kind of wouldn't let me, get away with not telling them something personal. So, and a reason why something was wrong with me. So I ended up telling them that I struggle with, anxiety and depression, and that I'm in recovery from an eating disorder. And as soon as I said eating disorder, they immediately were like, oh, like in their head, it was making sense as to why I was gaining weight, because it had something to do with an eating disorder problem. I still don't know if she really meant to single me out.
Okay, I'm sorry if I let it play too long, more than once. That tends to happen. Okay, so that was the dancer saying that You know, she told her that dancers get fired for gaining weight. Let me make sure if there's anything else in regards to this story before we get into what's recent to what Lizzo actually had to say. Okay, so now we're here where Lizzo has finally come out and spoke on the situation. Now, this is what Lizzo said, and thank you to the Neighborhood Talk for this. So it says Lizzo denies sexually harassing her backup dancers and says the allegations are as unbelievable as they sound. Lizzo said these last few days have been gut-wrenchingly difficult and overwhelmingly disappointing. My work ethic, morals, and respectfulness has been questioned. My character has been criticized. Usually, I choose not to respond to false allegations, but these are as unbelievable as they sound and too outrageous to not be addressed. These sensationalized stories are coming from former employees who have already publicly admitted that they were told their behavior on tour was inappropriate and unprofessional. As an artist, I have always been very passionate about what I do. I take my music and my performances seriously because at the end of the day, I only want to put the best art that represents me and my fans. With passion comes hard work and high standards. Sometimes I have to make hard decisions, but it's never my intention to make anyone feel uncomfortable, like they aren't valued as an important part of the team. I am not here to be looked at as a victim, but I also know that I am not the villain that people in the media have portrayed me to be these last few days. I am very open with my sexuality and expressing myself, but I cannot accept or allow people to use that openness to make me out to be something that I am not. There is nothing I take more seriously than the respect that we deserve as women in the world, and I know what it feels like to be body shamed on a daily basis and would absolutely never criticize or terminate an employee because of their weight. Okay, so that is what Lizzo said in response to all of the allegations that have been brought up against her recently. Now, there is more that's been said. Now, the former backup dancer alleges that Lizzo balled up her fist and had to be restrained from attacking her, and she said this on ABC News. So let's get into this.
Feel unsafe. I feel disrespected. And I have never experienced such treatment in the 7 years that I've been doing this. And she then proceeded to prove all of those things right by balling up her fist and saying, "You're so effing lucky. You're so effing lucky," basically alluding to hitting me, that she's not going to hit me, as she's inching towards me. And then one of our fellow dance mates and her best friend comes and pulls her back from assaulting me.
Lizzo's persona is one thing, but that after listening to these three brave ladies, that the reality is different.
It's hard to love yourself in a world that doesn't love you back. You know what I mean? And I've been trying to do it so boldly.
Feel unsafe. I feel disrespected.
Okay, so that's what the Rodriguez girl said in regards to Lizzo. I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing anything else from this story. Okay, now I think this is the same one that we just heard from, and there was a video that surfaced of one of Lizzo's accusers praising her after the alleged incidents. So let's listen in on what they said.
Surprise! Hi. What's up? It's Ariana Davis from season 1 of Lizzo's Watch Out for the Big Girls. I know you're probably thinking, why is she here? What is she doing auditioning for season 2? The short answer is I'm a singer. And I just want to share that part of me with y'all. I know I've been on tour. I've been working with Lizzo for some months, maybe close to a year now. And it's been so amazing and such a beautiful journey. And she's probably going to be like, girl, what are you doing? But anyway, I figured though I might as well shoot my shot. I mean, I don't think she knows that I can sing. And the biggest thing about me is that I always say this, but dance is my first love and music is my passion. And if I was to be chosen for the cast of season 2 of Watch Out for the Big Girls, surprise! Hi. Big Girls, I don't know. I just think that it would mean the world to me to share my voice. I think my voice has gone quiet for too long. And I think that I have a story that people need to hear because I think they can relate to it, and I think it can help change lives and, you know, do what Lizzo's doing. I look up to her so much, and I just want to follow in her footsteps and not only be an amazing dancer, but be an amazing singer and storyteller. I love to write music. I love to sing. And I just want to share that with the Queen Lizzo herself. Yeah. Choose me to be part of the singing group. I know I'm already a dancer, but I can sing too. So yeah. The big girls.
Okay. Now this is what the caption says. It says, "Neighbors, the plot thickens. For the last few days, Lizzo has been under fire due to a lawsuit filed by 3 of her former dancers accusing her of sexual harassment, weight shaming, and more. Lizzo spoke out earlier today to deny all of those claims against her, and now her legal team is putting their foot down even more. Lizzo's legal team provided TMZ with an audition tape of Ariana Davis for the second season of Watch Out for the Big Girls, Lizzo's competition show, where Davis actually won season 1 and was able to perform with Lizzo on her tour. But Davis is currently suing Lizzo, can be seen in the video praising the singer for her work ethic and basically shooting her shot to be included in season 2. The crazy part about the video was that it was reportedly filmed after the events outlined in the lawsuit. The video was filmed in April of 2023 after the European leg of Lizzo's tour wrapped up, which puts it after the Amsterdam club fiasco 1 month before Davis was fired. These do not sound like the words of someone who was harassed or discriminated against by someone that they described as the queen. Lizzo's lawyer, Marty Singer, says, "They say that a picture is worth 1,000 words, and here is a video that shows that there are no legitimate claims in this lawsuit. We are confident that Lizzo will be completely vindicated in this matter." Okay, you guys. All right. So this was a lot, and I know that this particular story took up most of the Yes for the Mess. I know it did, but I just had to, get that out there because I did not get to talk about this story as it was going along. You know what I'm saying? But this is a lot, and I really don't know what to say about it. It's very hard because after everything that has gone down over the last couple of weeks with the Cardi, Russell stuff and all that crazy mess with that, you don't want to believe nothing at this point. Everything unbelievable. You looking at everybody sideways at this point. Like, I don't know what to believe right about now. And I'm just being real with you. I don't know what to effing believe. For real, for real. I don't know. But I would hope that Lizzo is not doing those things that these girls, that these people are accusing her of. I would hope that she's not doing it, because that's really not going to be a good look for her, and it's really going to look bad on those of us that's always defended her. Because when it came to Lizzo, I've always defended Lizzo, especially when some man is tearing down her looks and talking about her weight. Like, I've always came to her defense, because I've always felt like the hate that Lizzo has gotten has always been unwarranted. But we'll see what comes out with the case. All right. So with that being said, let's go on to the next thing. Now, there has been, Nene has been in the blogs for the last week due to her iconic interview with Carlos King. Yes, I said iconic, and y'all know I don't even fool with Nene like that, but it was a great interview regardless of the delusions galore that they both shared on the interview. It was really a good interview, and it deserved all the praise. But however, there's been some videos that have been resurfacing, and one of my loyal subscribers sent me this article from this Housewives page by the name of Mr. Housewives. Okay, so let's get into that. Wait a minute. There we go. It says that a fan found footage of Kenya Moore warning Nene Leakes that Bravo was phasing her off of RHOA. Now, here's what the caption says. It says, "Well, Nene should have listened to Kenya Moore back in 2020. A fan made a compilation video of all the times that Kenya Moore tried to tell Nene Leakes that Bravo was phasing her out. A month before the world shut down during season 12, Kenya was shading Nene by saying that Bravo was about to fire her. I'm sorry. Nene didn't agree with Kenya and tweeted the following: why is she out doing press saying that Bravo is phasing me out? Bravo hasn't told me nor my team that. So why is she out saying I lost money from not being in episodes? I negotiated my episodes and money up front. I have not lost anything. Now, fast forward to 2023, Nene is saying that she was phased out. In part 2 of her interview with Carlos King, Nene said that it came to her as a shock that that Bravo was phasing her out. She was offered 6 episodes in season 13, and she felt that she was being mistreated, especially when there were other OG housewives who weren't phased out. Well, Nene, that's not true. Jacqueline Laurita was demoted to part-time in season 6. Luann was cut to part-time in season 6. Vicky Gunvalson was cut to part-time in season 14. I think that when people no longer have a storyline but are good for the show, they demote them hoping they can redeem themselves and return full time, just like Luann, Jacqueline, Sheree Whitfield, and Portia Williams did. Nene just needed to know that it was her time. They've been cutting OGs before her. It's nothing personal. But if she didn't sue NBC and Bravo, she probably would have been back. Now let's get into the what is it? The compilation of the videos of Kenya Moore warning Nene that she was being phased off. Let's get into it.
She's missed out on at least 4 to 5 episodes this season. So that clearly means that the network is sending you a message. You're not as important as you think you are. The message is very clear. Either the network feels that you're still a valuable asset on the show, or they don't. And you're replaced or phased out, and you just have to move on. He's missed out on at least 4 to 5 episodes this season. So that.
Okay, so after Kenya said that, Nene stated, here's a question for Ken. Andy, why is she out doing press saying that Bravo was, well, I already read this. So that was February. The first video comes from February the 7th, 2020. This tweet comes from February the 16th, 2020. All right. Then there was the other tweet. I have not been cut out of any episodes. I negotiated my episodes like everybody else did. I'm getting every dime I asked for. Thank you for asking and clearing it up, Andy. Andy, that means a lot to me.
Nene tweeted in a question for you.
Oh, really? So she's a fan now?
Yes, she's a fan.
Okay.
She wants to know why you're doing press saying Bravo's phasing her out. She said, it's not true. She's great.
Oh, well, then I guess she would need to ask Bravo why they're cutting her out of many episodes this season.
Well, I mean,
I'm not the one behind the editing, I'm not the one doing the editing and figuring out the show.
Okay, but you're saying that she's being phased out?
Well, I think she is. That's not something that I can absolutely say.
Okay.
I mean, if you're being cut out of episodes, what do you clearly feel? The sign is you're not as
But I don't
important
think
as you
she's
think
being
you
cut
are.
out of. Nene tweeted in a question for you.
Oh, really? So she's a fan now?
Yes, she's a.
Do you think she will actually show up to this reunion?
I think she possibly will, because she's fighting to stay on the show. So she might bring a little bit more this time.
Okay.
My God.
You know you need to come back because you weren't in the episodes. You need those checks, girl.
Do you think she will actually show up to this?
And as time went on, my episodes, got less and less and less and less. It was like a phase out, Oh, you started out with 20 or 18, and you went to 16, and you went to 15, and you went to 12, then you went to 10, then you went to 8, then you went to 6. And I'm thinking, you guys are offering me 6 episodes. Like, no, this has nothing to do with I'm Nene Leakes and I started from the beginning. It was just like, why am I being offered 6 episodes? Like, explain that to me. And the only explanation that I could get was that you're unhappy. So in my mind, you gonna tell me I'm unhappy? How can you tell me that I'm unhappy? I'm not unhappy. What do you mean? I just get 6 episodes because you think that I'm unhappy? Why am I unhappy? I'm unhappy that I got 6 episodes. I mean, shouldn't I get more than 6 episodes? And as time went on, my shouldn't I get more than 6 episodes? Like, why is it a phase out when there's other girls who are not the same complexion as me and started as an original housewife? Why are they being offered 18 episodes and I am being offered 6 episodes? What did I do? Because I don't know anything that I've done ever on this show that no other housewife in this franchise have not done. I've not done anything that no one else has done. There's been physical altercations on all of these shows, and I've not been involved in any physical altercation, right? There are so many times when people say things to me like, you pulled Kim wig. I said, you got it very mixed up. I never pulled Kim's wig. That was Sheree that pulled Kim's wig, okay? Be clear about who pulled it. I was standing there, right? And then people say, you got into a fight with Kim. Where is the fight? Did you see it? Where is it? Was it on camera? Where is the fight? You didn't see me in a fight anywhere, anytime, ever on this show. I mean, shouldn't I get more than 6 episodes? Like, why is it a phase out?
Then there's the thing where the other OGs that were demoted. You got Jacqueline, you have Luann, you have Vicky, then you have Nene. And then it says, Kenya Moore tried to tell Nene about being phased out, but she didn't want to listen to her. She said it wasn't true. And then shout out to the person who put the videos together. All right, so that was pretty much it. And I remember that. I definitely remember that. That was during season 12. They were getting ready to go into season 13. The reunion was about to happen. This was right before the pandemic started. We knew what Corona was, but we didn't know what it was. And we didn't know how serious it was. You feel what I'm saying? So I remember that. I remember her constantly saying it. And there was a whole lot of conversation about whether or not Nene would be back for season 13. And come to find out, she wasn't back. Her nor Eva wasn't back. So at the end of it all, Kenya wasn't telling no lies. It was something that Kenya knew. Or she saw it with her own 2 eyes and Nene just didn't see it. But I wonder what everybody gonna have to say about that. This is a premiere, so I'll be looking at the comments, honey. We want to know what y'all think. So let's go ahead and get into the next story. Then after this, we got one more, and then we're out of here. Let's get into Miss Cardi B. Now, y'all know that she's been in the news about this battery case that she's in, and when the fan threw water on her at her performance in Las Vegas, and then she threw a microphone in the audience. Okay, so this is what's going on now, and it's coming from TMZ, but I'm getting it from the Neighborhood Talk. So it says wait a minute. Why am I always doing this? Here we go. There's an update. Cardi B is cleared in the microphone case. Okay. Now, Cardi's lawyers, Drew, David, and Richard, tells TMZ, this afternoon, we were notified by the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police that as a result of their investigation, there will be no charges against Cardi B on behalf of Cardi. We appreciate the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department's diligent and prompt resolution of this matter. Okay, someone said y'all be mad as ish when she come out on top. The lawyer is a Jew. He gonna chew up all the charges. Okay, I'm sorry, but it's really not fair. Like, she assaults the wrong people by choice and potentially hurts them, and she gets away with it. It's the same crime that she committed when she got a gorilla to beat up 2 women because her husband cheated. She only got 15 days of community service. I'm sorry, but what the F is this justice? Cardi gets a pass on everything, throwing shoes at people, sending people to attack women her man slept with, throwing mics at the wrong person. When would people realize that she's the issue? Give Cardi the same energy y'all give Joseline and Lizzo. When her acting a fool makes more noise than her music, he definitely got paid off because she clearly threw it and hit someone with no regard. Cardi has the best lawyers. Okay, well, I want to know what y'all think. I do want to know what y'all think. She's cleared from the case. I figured she would be, but there's a lot of people feeling like Cardi B gets away with just about any damn thing, and there's some people that are tired of her getting away with just about any damn thing. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're saying in the comments. But what I want to know is what you guys think about that. Like I said, this is a premiere, so feel free to leave that down below. So let's go ahead and get into the last story of the day, and that is Miss Joseline Hernandez. Now, apparently, Joseline has been booked on 2 new felony charges of battery on law enforcement after surrendering to arrest warrant. Okay, so let's get into this. Let's get into it, y'all. Let's get into it.
Charged 2 battering a law enforcement officer, both of them are and charges. And count 3, battering a law enforcement officer in an argument as a probable cause.
No, Your Honor.
All right, court finds probable cause on charges 2 and 3. Turn to the state of Florida for bond recommendation and/or recommendation. I'm going to release her on her own reconnaissance by agreement of the parties on 2 and 3. She'll be released on her own reconnaissance by agreement of the parties. All previous special terms and conditions that were ordered on June 13, 2023 will remain in full force and effect. But she's got to go into custody because it's an up file for a felony. They got a book on it.
I believe the previous time we was for the felony.
Now, these 2 add charges 2 and 3. 2 new felonies. They got a book on it. At least that's what I'm being told by the sheriff's office. In order for her to be served with the papers, because she has been add charged on 2 felonies, they have to book her on those felonies. They got to charge 2, battering a law enforcement officer. Both of these are add charges. And count 3, battering a law enforcement officer.
Now there is a capias out for her arrest, and Joseline Hernandez is at large. She is a 5'5", 155-pound white woman born November 3rd, 1986. It says, to all and singular, the sheriffs of Florida, greetings. You are commanded to take Joseline Hernandez. If that person be found in your county, arrest and safely keep so that you may have that person's body before the judge of our said court, instanter to answer to the charge filed by the state attorney of Broward County, Florida. And the 2 charges that they want her to go for are the 2 charges of battery on law enforcement officers. There's currently no bond, and they want to hold her until she's able to see the magistrate. Now, this was dated on July 20th, 2023, and it was actually issued on July 25th, 2023, and they're currently looking for her. Now there is a capias out for her arrest, and Joseline Hernandez.
Come out. Touch me. I don't want no white man. No one's gonna touch you. Shut up.
All right, you guys. So that was pretty much it. Like, she's being booked. She's being charged with 2 felony charges. And now we're waiting on the case and see what's going to come out of it now. The rest of the things that you heard was from Chronicle Speaks, which the Neighborhood Talk put up there or whatever. So she's being charged. And I knew she was going to be charged. The video was out there. She also put hands on a law enforcement person. So once you do that, it's a done deal. So I just want to know what's going to happen. I will be covering this story from top to the bottom. I definitely will. And I want to know what you guys think. So that's all we got for today. That's it for the videos for today. I am going to be working on some more videos, but they will be coming out tomorrow at midday. All right. So with that being said, you guys, okay, this be your boy Scotty by Nature TV. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share this video, and also click on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever a video drops. If you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok will be down below in the description box. With that being said, you guys, your boys up out of here. And until my next video, I will talk to you guys a little bit later. Bye.